Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.
Good evening, welcome back to Sky Blue Fans TV. Hope you've all had a nice break. We're live here from the Sky Blue Tavern this evening. We've got 6 guests around the table and we're all going to discuss all the coming and goings at Coventry City over the last few months that we've been just relaxing by the beach and stuff, and being on holiday or whatever we've been doing. But we're all back and we're all refreshed, ready to go for the M69 derby on Sunday, 12 o'clock. Miles, good evening to you.
Good evening,
Did you have a
Ken.
nice break?
Lovely break. Apparently, I've been on a cruise.
Yeah, you've been on.
I don't know how true that is, but weren't me.
That was a rumour going around Exeter on last Saturday.
It
so-
was, yeah.
Right.
No cruise for me. No, just been working hard, chilling out
Yeah.
when I've had chance, and looking forward to Sunday. Really, can't
Yeah.
wait now. It's
And
exciting.
on Saturday.
It's my birthday Sunday,
Sunday.
so
Party on
hopefully 3
Saturday.
points. Party Saturday.
Yeah, so you'll be having a hangover.
Oh, big hangover,
Yeah.
mate. Big hangover. Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Will,
Hello.
welcome back. I haven't seen much of you last season.
Yeah,
Hopefully you'll be
there full time now.
you get all full time. That's commitment for you. Did you have a nice summer? Yes.
Yeah, seen you over the
Yeah, you've been doing best. You're glad to be back and you're looking forward to Sunday.
yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got that buzz now. I'm watching videos in bed, like
Yeah.
calm atmosphere. I'm like just getting in the mood for it.
Good.
Yeah, and Sunday I'm probably like streaming.
Victoria, now you've been on the travels, haven't you? All summer. Yeah, you had a nice summer, nice break. Yeah, yeah. It's awkward, isn't it, doing summer? You've got cricket on and stuff like that, but it's not the same, is it? It's not the same as football now. We're all striving to get it back as soon as possible. We just can't wait for the weekend.
Yeah, it's a bit exciting with the transfers and that, hasn't it? So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're a bit slow coming in, but they're coming in now and they're looking good. Looking good. Good. Claudia, good evening.
Evening.
How are you? All right. Did you have a nice break?
Yeah, I went to Windy there.
All right. Okay. Well, nice. Weather was nice.
No,
Yeah.
it's Windy.
Oh,
Windy.
you're looking forward to the season?
Yeah, really am.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah. Can't wait till Sunday.
yeah, well, I'm going to start watching the games tomorrow night.
Yeah. Football is the first game tomorrow. It's Sheffield Wednesday.
And Southampton, so I'll watch
Southampton. So
that.
that'll be interesting. See how Southampton do after that.
But
They've got
I'm
a-
really looking forward to it.
Yeah. Exactly. And are you looking forward? You going to Leicester?
No, I'm not. I've given my ticket to somebody else.
Oh, are you?
Oh, you said, yeah, I seen your message the other day. You gave it away.
Are you just going to watch it on telly then?
Yeah, I didn't think I'd have enough points, and I did apparently. So
Right.
they're already committed to give it to somebody if they could do it. They got tickets.
Okay.
You got to stick to it.
Oh, yeah. What do you make?
So it'd be Super Sunday. Just watch football afternoon.
Yeah.
So,
Should be a fantastic weekend.
yeah.
Good evening, Wayne.
Evening,
How
how
are
you doing?
Wayne, one of our sponsors. Thank you very much for sponsoring us this year as well.
No problem. My pleasure.
Much appreciated. Did you have a nice break?
good break. Took a bit of a dip really after the Wembley result.
Yeah.
Sunday was a bit groggy, but the past few weeks I think's looked us really, and with the signings we're making, it's looking promising.
Looking forward to Leicester on Sunday.
Before it's Leicester on Sunday, yeah.
I think it's 10 years or 11 years. It's been a while.
It's got to
hasn't
be,
it?
isn't it? Yeah.
It's been a while.
Gotta be.
So that atmosphere's going to be electric, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. We
Yeah.
just need to come away with the 3 points.
Yeah.
It's a tough start,
Yeah.
so but
It's a tough start.
got to beat anybody.
I think it's a good time to play on personally. I think they've just come down from the Premier League, and I think they'll probably be a bit unsure. They've got a lot of new players like ourselves, and I think they'll be a bit unsure themselves. So
Hopefully. I think they'll be strong this season. I think
yeah, I think they'll be up there. They'll be up there.
it's going to be the toughest the champions have ever been, I think,
Yeah,
personally. But let's do it.
yeah. Why not? Good evening, Martin. How are you?
Very well, Ken. Very well.
From BBC, better known as from BBC CWR. Does all the after match interviews and a bit of country now and then, don't you, when flies like that?
Indeed, and I've actually got a proper job now. It's like a bit of a side bit. So work for a load of farms now. So if you keep eating cheese and bacon, you'll be keeping me in.
Oh, nice. That's all right. And so you're just going to carry on with the BBC like on a part-time basis?
Yeah, pretty much. Obviously, I miss. We were just saying beforehand, I miss some days.
Yeah.
A bit frustrating, but
Yeah,
I
that's
can't guarantee. I couldn't sort of guarantee when my daughter was going to be born 2
No,
years
that's
ago,
fair enough, yeah.
and it fell on the 6th of August. So
It's a very good day, isn't it? 6 of August.
years younger than you.
Thought we put that
Cheers,
in there.
Rich. Thank you, mate.
I'm sure you'll have one eye on the score on Sunday, I'm sure.
Her party doesn't officially start until the final, so it's at the King Power. So
Well, there you go.
yeah, I'll be
Yeah.
watching and listening, of course.
Yeah. And you had a nice break, nice summer break.
Nice summer break, just come back from Lanzarote, but I did too much throwing children around the pool.
Right.
I've actually put my back out, so
Oh,
I'm
good.
sort
Oh,
of rehabilitating at the
Right,
moment.
okay. So already raring to go for the new season.
Yes. I haven't seen any pre-seasons. I don't tend to do that because I don't particularly like them. I think Mark Robbins even said after the last match,
Yeah.
it's just a means to
Well-
an end. You want to get them out of the way.
It's hard to judge, isn't it, pre-season?
Yeah.
I've been to all 3 pre-season games, believe it or not, and I don't always go to all of them, but this happens this year because Portugal trip, the game got cancelled over there. I wasn't going to Portugal, but they didn't have game today again. So at the end of the day, I just decided to go to all pre-season games instead.
Do you think they've been teasing us with Gus Hamer being involved? And the transfer
Well,
window still open for a few
I'm hearing
weeks.
rumours tonight that the longer it goes on, I think the more chance. I think the longer it goes on, the more chance we have of keeping it. Personally,
The fans made it known to him on
Yes.
X, but they didn't know.
Signed the contract.
Signed the contract.
and he was smiling, wasn't he?
That's when his happy birthday got him.
He certainly did.
We got said that he'd never
Yeah.
had 8,000 people sing happy birthday to him, so it was like really good for him.
Yeah.
Special
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, definitely special. Yeah, I mean, it's the thing is, it's when you're looking at these friendlies, MK Dons, you could see what we were trying to achieve, and the goals came from what we were trying to achieve. But early on in the game, it looked that they hadn't been playing together, so it was a little bit scrappy at times, which you can understand because we're building a brand team, to be honest with you. And then Exeter was probably the same because
Yeah.
Hamer didn't start. As soon as Hamer come on, it sort of changed the game. So it was a lot better. Way.
Yeah.
I think it's been positive though, pre-season.
I think, yeah.
When you look at QPR, they got battered at Oxford. That would have been us
Yeah.
5-0 in its pre-season. Kind of will be a little bit worrying. You look at that thing, I mean, last season, the pre-season was fantastic. We won all the games, all 7 matches, conceded 1 goal, I think.
I mean, they've only had 4 games
Yeah.
pre-season. Not many, really, is it?
No.
4, I think it's 4.
Not
Yeah.
counting Borough then.
Oh, well, I think the Neaton Borough, there was
It was an under 18.
Yeah, there was more kids, weren't it?
Yeah, it was.
The 13 in the squad, not even on the bench, which surprised me. I thought he didn't. So yeah, no, I'm accounting for official.
Probably a good job from what exactly was first, wasn't it?
Apparently, so I don't think so. I didn't go to that, but I knew it was under 6. Well, under 21s or whatever. So the kids are playing mainly. So
I can
not I know. But what? Yeah. That as well. So, hello.
Hi guys, can you hear us now? Someone let us know. Should be okay, I think. It's up and running again. It's ticking along. Is it all right? All good?
Well,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
All good? Yes. Brilliant. Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Sorry about that.
good
Technical
evening.
issues.
Sorry about that.
So, Ken, go on. Competition.
Competition. Miles tripped over the wire and he pulled all the cables up.
God.
Way back.
Go on.
Right. Okay. Competition. Sorry about the technical errors there. We're back with you anyway. Like, we haven't gone anywhere. We only got to the bar. Look, we're still waiting for a drink. Competition. You can win a Sky Blue shirt, one of the new shirts when it gets here. There is a bit of a delay with the shirt, but as soon as it gets here, obviously we will present it to you.
But if they don't want to wait for that, they
Yeah.
can have a Sky Blue Fans TV polo shirt or a hoodie instead.
Instead, yeah, that's fine. I can sort that out. All you have to do is predict the score for Sunday. Sunday's game on away at Leicester. So if you think obviously Leicester's going to win or Leicester's going to draw, it's going to be 1-1. So it's going to be 1-0 to Leicester. So it'll be 1-0. I think the Sky Blues are going to win. It'll be 1-2. So you've got to put that with the away team. So when you predict the score, please use the home and away team as the prediction. That's all you have to do. Sky Blue Fans TV, gmail.com with your name and the prediction of Sunday's game score. That's all you need to do. Easy, isn't it?
So I've got a question.
Yeah.
Here's a question for all of you. We'll start with you, Wayne.
Fair enough.
Now we've made 9 signings.
Yeah.
Out of those 9 signings, who's going to be the shine out player for you? Do you think you've seen them play? I know one of them. I'll let you know shortly. But
Yeah.
who do you think's going to be like the star of the show out of the 9 new signings?
One of the, which is Simmons. Well, I think maybe Tats,
Yeah,
the Japanese lad.
yeah, he had a good game at Milton Keynes.
Yeah, I was impressed with him in all games.
Yeah.
Um,
Which
I think same as Wayne. Basically, I think Tats has got that something about him to make him a bit of a cult hero. Maybe not in the team every week and what have you. Especially as he was playing at wing back, wasn't he?
yes,
And we've got Milan, who signed, obviously subject to international clearance. You're going to expect, given the amount of money that you pay for him, to fill up. So Tats may playing sort of behind strikers. But I think Ellis Sims, he did it for Sunderland in the first half of last season. I think they got it the right way round. They announced him before Victor left. Also meant that probably Everton didn't bleed us too dry in terms of what they were demanding in terms of fee. And I just think he's got the credentials to do it. And we do need somebody to be banging in the goals similar to Victor, because that's one of the reasons, obviously, why Coventry were in the playoffs.
And has he got the potential to replace Gus if God forbid Gus goes?
well, I think Robin's
Tats.
yeah, well, I also think Robin's will have a backup plan if he does go. Or push to put on another player. Maybe he's got ready to line up. But I just think the longer it goes on with Taylor, I think the more chance we've got. Personally.
I mean, Claudio, I mean, you sometimes have your ear to the ground being Leamington supporters group, but do you think Hamer's going to stay or?
I think it depends on his personal situation. I think that's the big issue. That's the story, basically. I mean, to advance his career, I don't think going to Holland would be a great move. Personally, I think he'd be better off staying in England and try and get a bigger move. Yeah, if he wants to go Premier League, something like that. But yeah, we need to get to sign really. And if he doesn't, great if he sees the season out. But do we want to lose on 10, 15 million? That's another 3 players.
Do we take the risk of keeping him for the year?
Exactly. I mean, personally, I'm looking forward to the flying wing backs.
Yeah.
Silva and Milan. That excites me. Yeah, I love wingers. And the Sakamoto sort of role he can do as well. You know, it's just you can't beat pace, can you? It's exciting. I think with the American lad, if he is going to sign, which is they say he has, two big lads up front. We've got a guy who can apparently got a rocket of a throw-in at the back as well.
Who's that?
I think is it Thomas as well with the
Oh,
throw?
Bobby
Yeah.
Thomas.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, I think we could cause a bit of havoc.
Got height as well this year, haven't we?
Exactly.
That's what I think we were
was gonna say,
I feel like it's taken on a bit of the Luton, but with a bit of skill as well.
Yeah.
And ball players. Yeah, mix it up a bit.
I think you have to have a plan B, don't you? If some things not going right.
I'm looking forward to
Sometimes you have
the
to.
wide wing. Yeah, the wing backs. I think we've lacked a bit of pace the last couple of seasons.
What I was going to ask, Mark. McNally, really disappointed McNally never came because he's gone to Stoke, which is very strange.
He has, I mean, his comments when he signed. I mean, basically Stoke were the only team that pretty much turned Coventry over in the 20-odd games that he was with us for. So you can understand how he would have been impressed by what he saw that day. But given what he said to me at the Riverside, he was like, "Oh, I can't say I'm too excited. I might give something away." I thought, right,
You got the impression he's going to stay.
he's going to be staying,
Yeah.
but
Absolutely.
obviously wasn't to be. Whether Coventry, whether we were trying to, get him down on a permanent contract.
Yeah.
Burnley didn't particularly want to do that just yet. You know, they'd only had him for a season, so they might sort of, hang on a sec, just give him another year at a championship club, see whether he is someone that can do a job. Because let's face it, Burnley, as well as they played last season, they could well be coming back down to the championship next season. So the amount of players that they have fully blooded in the championship.
It did surprise me, to be honest. I mean, of course, Rose, player who kept out of the team. He's now his teammate, isn't he?
Yeah, I've got one here for you, Victoria. Victoria, I know you're going to like this one. Mark Rees just put a comment up. We've got Hadji now when we're signing Chippo. I mean, you imagine that if there is someone out there called Chippo and we sign him, it's funny, isn't it? I mean, what do you make of the signing so far this season? I mean, I've never known anything like this. We all signed this American and 7 million plus another couple of million. It's phenomenal.
It's just a different level, isn't it? When you think about when we were talking, weren't we, before? A couple of seasons ago, we were playing in the League Two and playing Exeter and then we to play a final. And now we're buying like multi-million-pound players. It's just like I can't even actually remember a summer of such exciting transfer. We literally got like in the summer like it. It's amazing.
It seems the first time Mark Robbins has been given a checkbook.
Yeah.
Since he's been.
Yeah,
So it's going to be interesting to see how well.
But there's a reason he extended his contract, surely.
Yeah.
What he must have been promised something.
Well, I mean, when we were talking in January, do you remember in the stands, Wayne, that we were saying in the stands that in January we never had any money to spend and we bought in players in January. I mean, it's exciting times. But Will, I mean, you're the youngest here, you're 18, you've seen us go all the way down, we're coming back up. I mean, this transfer window's got to be a dream for you.
Well, I think it's a dream for all of us. I don't think any of you lot have seen a transfer window like this.
Not for a long time.
Last quote interesting before this was probably Bobby Keane.
Bobby Keane,
I'm going to say Bobby Keane. Yeah.
Whole lot.
Yeah, and it would be the record signing if the reports are,
Yeah, of course, they don't send disclose things.
So
Pinnacle scene.
I called Tom out of it. And it was like 20 points.
Is it?
So including Alan, something like that.
That's fine.
But yeah, I heard Wayne say about the height, and that was something we needed last season.
Yeah.
And we've like just got in there. I mean, Wright's not officially done yet, but I mean we've seen him. We know he's there.
That's for the 11-year-old boy.
So you've got his height, you got Sim. Van Neville, from what I've seen, he's actually quite tall. It's probably about the same height as me. Yeah, he's tall. Sakamoto, I mean, I'll tower him. We've got a picture.
Yeah, always.
But yeah, obviously you got Sheen. Palmer's pretty tall.
Yeah, Palmer's tall, yeah.
So
Yeah.
We've definitely got
I think the smallest ones I think we've got now is Sakamoto, Callum
Silva.
Jamie Allen, and De Silva. I think De Silva's a little bit like
Gus.
yeah, Gus is quite small, isn't he? Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, I think as you said, the team is tall. I mean, we seen on Saturday with the defenders that were on there. It was nice to see a big defence, but they're not just tall. They're big. They're not youngsters that are small. I don't know if you remember when Tom Hine first broke into the first team, he was quite slim. And then when you went to see him a year later at Leamington and you see him out, you were like, bloody hell, he's been working out this summer. You know, you could tell he'd grown into a man. And that, I think that's what the difference this year is. We've got more men. They're not boys. They're not young.
They're more ready-made players.
Yeah, ready-made.
They're still going to
Yeah.
need a lot of, shaping, fine-tuning and stuff.
Really talented.
No, I'm not about the size,
No.
the height and the build. They look stronger this year. They look like they're not going to get bossed off the ball. There was a few games last season where we would come onto us pod and we'd go, God, we got bossed off the ball this weekend. They pushed us off the ball. We got kicked off the park.
Things like Rotherham.
Yeah, and this year we look like a team that could kick them off the park for a change. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. That, as you said, they're more ready-made, you know, because they're in their 20s, aren't they? They're all in
That's
their
different when you spend money, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
As opposed to getting your loan players in that need, like you said,
Do you think
need nurturing.
Is there added pressure now on Mark Robbins and the coaching staff because
Yeah.
it's
He's
hard
raised
to
the bar, hasn't he? The bar's been raised.
He keeps going up, and he's got
Yeah.
players who've come in at a slightly higher grade than we'd normally buy.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, they're ready-made, pretty much. You know, they've got to slip in quite quickly. He's got to get them playing.
You've got to get them gelling. haven't you?
I'll tell you who's impressed me as well. Casey Palmer.
Yeah.
Come back, looks strong, looks fit. We didn't really see the best of him last year. We seen bits and bobs of him. And he got injured as well in the latter part of the season. And I think if he can stay fit, he will be a for us this year, Casey.
Definitely, I agree.
Especially with our hair, still being into probably, the September or whenever.
I've listened to a lot of EFL podcasts, championship ones, and their praise for Mark Robbins is it's up there. One of them got him as the best manager in the league. Someone's got him as third. There's a couple of the lads who do these podcasts have got us. One's got us up as automatic.
Yeah.
One's got us as third. Yeah, it's. I'm thinking, whoa, they're talking about us here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Luton manager, he said, I couldn't have done what Mark Robbins done.
Yeah.
Obviously, Luton beat us in the playoffs final, we don't need to remind us of that. But the fact that he appreciates the fact that Mark is the man that's actually got Coventry from League Two to the cusp of the Premier.
Do you think though, if we hadn't made the playoff final, do you think we would have had this situation now where we have brought this quality of players into the team?
It'd have been hard. It'd have been harder.
Mm.
But I think getting the result we did or ended up there, and if we'd turned up in the first half, I think we'd have won it.
Yeah.
I think the first half.
And if Gus would have stayed on the pitch, I think we'd have.
Yeah, and obviously we had for a 20-minute cameo that didn't pay off.
No.
But yeah, I do. It's made a huge difference. You watch some of the players on the podcast and everything. They're saying, they've seen what we did last year. They've seen we've got the playoffs. And obviously, Mark Robbins has done his bit verbally, told them what the plan is, told them what he's going to do with them individually, and it's working clearly.
But Doug King did say 3 times out of 5 years. So if you're going to make statements like that, that means you have to spend some kind of money. You're not going to do it buying, £500,000 players and loads of freebies.
We didn't have a big enough squad last year, didn't we?
No,
We
we
didn't have
didn't.
strength in depth, it showed. didn't it?
You've got to bring quality in. You're not going to take this entertainment
Yeah.
without quality throughout the squad. We're almost got like for like in a lot of positions now.
Yeah.
They're all fit.
So let's look back at May, when Doug King come on the radio. Everyone was moaning about season ticket prices, and he goes, "Right, you've got to suck it up." No, I didn't know, but
He upset the corporate people, hasn't he?
yeah, but he said the words were, which a lot of people got upset about, you've got to suck it up. And he's going to invest all that money that we put back in to the club and invest it back into the squad. He's not going to take any money.
I took it.
I mean,
We've got to start helping out a little bit as
yeah,
as fans, which I don't think unintentionally we have done over the years. You know, since they've kept the prices so low, I think most of us have just got used to that, and it's become a shock. But for me, it's helping the club. You know, that's why we pay for season tickets. That's why we go to away games. You know, it hasn't been reinvested, has it? You know, because I don't think the money's been there because it's been too cheap.
Yeah.
You know, I speak to friends of mine that are fans of other clubs, and you look at their season ticket prices and think, Jesus Christ, even that's still cheap now. I don't want them putting up.
Season tickets so far, aren't they? It's over 18,000.
Why has Doug come out and said he's capping it? I don't understand.
I don't know why it's happened.
I think you mention it about saying that there's more money would pay on the gate
on the day.
They cap it. Was that what you read yesterday?
Also, he wants to keep.
But it's not guaranteed. Is it?
He's capping the season tickets at 18.
Because
because he earned more money.
Well, I hadn't thought of. He's probably capped it because when people are paying a season ticket, right, it works out cheaper to get a season ticket if you say you're going to go to every game paying laps, it still works out cheaper than the season ticket. So Doug's obviously he's capped it because the general sale give him more money. It might not be that much more, but it's still extra money that goes.
So you must be mad to go to every single game and not get a season ticket.
Well, yeah,
That's
there's that. Yes, that's what it's gone off.
Yeah,
Marketing.
So they've obviously probably dipped away now.
I think that's.
Yeah.
It's American ad in hopefully. And they go, going to cap it. And there's all that getting pulled out. So I think it's a bit of a marketing for it as well.
And then extend it.
I think they have to stop it before the season starts anyway.
Yeah.
What season
then-
tickets?
Yeah, then you start again at Christmas time. They do the half season.
Half season.
Normally they take them off sale, yeah, at some stage, don't they?
Yeah, it's not unusual. I think it's just like
We never normally
We
get
can't
Also-
we can't- So now moving forward, because we talk about how something is not.
and also
Exactly.
through the fact that get in trouble trying to get season tickets out
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because we're all having to use an e-ticket, aren't we, for the first time? So maybe there's that issue as well.
Okay, right, we're going to have a little ad break and then we're going to come back. We've got the Leicester fan in waiting, I believe, to chat to us about the M69 derby on Sunday.
Okay.
Okay, welcome back. We've got a Leicester fan waiting to talk to us about the M69 derby. Jack from the Final Whistle. Let's see if we can bring him in now. Jack, hopefully
Hello.
this will work.
Hello.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. Can you
Can you
hear
hear
us?
us, Jack?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear. How's things at the King Power? You've got a new team together, you've got a new manager. How do you think you're going to do this year? You're looking to bounce straight back up?
I think that's got to be the main target, hasn't it? Winning, getting back up. We've obviously got in the new signings, Callum Doyle, Harry Winks and that. It's all we're in transition still though with the new manager and that. So I think it'll be an exciting season.
Yeah, and you got Callum Doyle who was with us last year. We were
Yeah.
disappointed not for not to come back here. To be fair, fantastic player, and I think he'll do well for you because he's a young lad still, and I think in a few years' time he'll be
Is he the rubbish still or is
he'll be talked about. But yeah, Callum Doyle for one, I think you've got a fantastic player there now, and everybody around this table will probably agree. He was fantastic for us last year.
Yeah, I think he did well for you lot, didn't he, last year in the getting into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Did well for Sunderland as well the season before getting promoted. So he's got the EFL experience, and I think that's what helps Leicester massively in bringing a young centre back in who knows the league well, and I think he fits that module that Maresca wants in it. So I think I'm excited in seeing Callum Doyle for the Foxes this season.
You still there, Jack?
I'm still here, yeah.
Lost you a little bit there, mate. How disappointed were you losing James Maddison and Harvey Barnes and all them? Because obviously they played for you. I mean, on paper, really, you shouldn't have gone down. I mean, we all agree probably on paper you had a great team, but this, games are not played on paper, are they? They played on the pitch, and the players obviously never performed to the standard that was expected. So, how disappointed were you that James Maddison, who we know quite well, left, and Harvey Barnes?
I think at the end of the day, you've got to look at it this way. Barnes and Maddison are always going to leave this transfer window. They're good players, aren't they? They're top players. I was surprised Maddison moving to Spurs. I thought he could have gone Newcastle and played Champions League football. Harvey Barnes, I'd say he's got the better move out the three, to be fair, in regarding to European football and that. Him, Tillemans and Maddison. They're obviously big losses, aren't they? Them pair. We've got to replace them quite quickly, to be fair, aren't they? Because we need a left winger now. We need a centre attacking midfielder because Maddison's a dictator. He's a cracking centre attacking mid. And he'll be missed by Leicester fans for sure. So will Barnsley. But like I say, a lot of factors played in Leicester's relegation last season, boys, to be fair. The Brendan Rodgers, the board, the players, everything just didn't fall kindly. The results on the pitch weren't showing. And like you say, results are not on paper, they're on the football pitch. And if you're not getting the results, then, you know what I mean, you get relegated and that. And I think that's exactly what happened with Leicester. We weren't picking up the results. We had the second worst home form in the league. We didn't really pick many wins up last season.
How about the season ahead then? Where do you think you're going to go straight back up, or you aiming for like top two?
Yeah. I think top two is my prediction. I think we'll win the championship. We've got a good enough squad to do so. But it's going to be difficult. We've got to earn our way up. It's not going to be an easy run like people think. Corners, the Man City, the championship, the PSG, the championship. You know what I mean? Maresca's got his own style of football and he's got to implement it and get the targets, what the owners want. And that's obviously to get us back into the Premier League at the first time of asking. But we'll see what happens. And I'm excited for the new season ahead.
Okay. Well, we're having a little bit of feedback here with the reception, but we'll bear with it. Got a couple of questions. A couple of our listeners put in. Will Vardy stay at Leicester? Do you think now? Is he committed to Leicester, or do you think he's going to leave as well?
No, Vardy will stay. There was a bid made by the Saudi Arabian clubs for Vardy, which Vardy turned down. I think Vardy's Mr. Leicester City, isn't he? You know what I mean? I think he'll retire at Leicester. He's getting on a bit. He's 36. But I think he'll do well in the championship if we can play to his strengths. And I think he'll score quite a few goals.
Do you think who do you fear in our team? No, we're very similar to you. We've got a lot of new players coming, so a lot of us haven't seen many of them, except in pre-season friendlies. Do you fear anybody in our team? I mean, you obviously seen a bit of us last year in the playoff stuff. Anybody to fear? Do you think from us? Who do you fear?
Sakamoto, isn't it? Sakamoto, is it? Yeah, he looks good for you lot. A good right winger. I think Mark Robbins has done quite well in the transfer business. He's done it quite securely, hasn't he? He's had a decent transfer window in the business. He's gone quite soundly with it. Gus Hamer, he's one that, for Coventry fans, will he stay or will he not? Well, you know what I mean? It's a big question for him. He's a cracking player as well for Cardiff. I watched him last season in the Championship. I think he would have been one I'd have signed for Leicester in the Premier League if we'd stayed up. But I think Gus Hamer, I think the likes of Fulham and Burnley are interested in him, aren't they? So he's obviously a threat. And I think they're the sort of players you look out for in the weekend when you play Coventry. But you can't underestimate Cov, can you? You know what I mean? It's just like you can't underestimate any team in this Championship.
Good sound and stuff. So we'll just get anybody else want to ask a question to Jack?
Have you missed the M69 derby?
Yeah, it's 10 years since we played, yeah.
Do you know what, boys? It's been a long time, isn't it? I think we last played you in 2012, was it? I think it's been a long time. Was it a 2-0 win last time we played you lot? Lloyd Dyer scored. It's been a long time. I'm relishing the M69 derby again. It's good to have that local rivalry in the Championship again. And I think both sets of fans are going to be really up for it. It'll be a tasty affair on Sunday afternoon.
You sold all your... Is it going to be a sellout, do you think? We sold all ours.
Yeah, we've sold ours as well.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Give us a score prediction then. What do you think?
3-1 Leicester.
Well, if that's correct, you win a Coventry City shirt.
No,
They're putting in the draw. My fans put that there now. We're posted off to you. But yeah, thanks very much for joining us, Jack. Anyway, we have had a few sound issues, but we just about picked you up. But that can't be out. We have problems with the internet and stuff. Thanks very much for joining us. And,
appreciate
and good
it.
luck for the rest of the season after you play us.
Cheers, boys. Take care.
Cheers. Thank you. There we go. That's Jack on the final whistle. Sorry about the technical issue. I'm not sure if they heard it back at home. We were just about heard it there, didn't we? Very.
We had one person press this opinion.
Did they?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Sure.
You know, these things happen.
Yeah, of course. Let's talk about Leicester game then, shall we? It's only around the corner. 72 hours away, is it? Well, less than that now, isn't it? Let's start with you, Miles. What do you think? I'm sure you're the birthday boy this weekend. What do you have?
I'm just excited to see the team that Robbins is going to put out. I think I'm just excited to see the first team. I think that if the rumours are true that Leicester are going to play Doyle at right back, I think Doyle's going to have a bit of a nightmare in it against
Robbins.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be one of those. It's going to be an amazing atmosphere. 3,200 of us lot going. I've heard that they. I think Will was telling you in a minute, but they haven't sold many tickets. They haven't sold many at all because they've come down.
Wow.
So I just think we're going to be loud. The team's going to be loving us fans, shouting and singing and doing whatever we do best at an away game. And for me, it's just going to be just great. I just want to see our team get out there and put on a performance because I've seen the quality that we've got. You can see what money's bought. That's the difference from having free transfers every year and loan market. We've got players that are some talent, and I think you're going to see it. It's going to take a few games, but I think some of them you're going to see it. And if Hamer starts and he runs the show, we'll beat Leicester.
I reckon it'll take about maximum 5 games.
Yeah.
For them to got that.
Yeah, to jam. Hamer starts, we win on Sunday.
Okay.
No
Well, looking forward to it. Is this your first Leicester game or
Second.
second? Oh, right.
Yeah. So last season. No. I'm with them. No, I'm doing it. I'm saying. That is a massive problem. Yeah, I witnessed, because I was there, we sat in the home end at the King Power,
Yeah,
I remember you doing this.
yeah, but we were supporting Man City.
we were.
Right.
Explain why you got some free tickets.
Free tickets
Yeah,
from
yeah,
work.
we got some tickets from
My boss.
yeah, and yeah, we got like it's the beer brand.
Yeah, beer brand.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, we went there, and you know they got beat. Crap. So the Bruins scored a crazy thing. We missed it because we were inside drinking.
Something to tell you.
Yeah.
And then we rushed back for the ball again.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
so we
Just
still
made it.
we still went to the club there. Same day, so I guess you still keep that road or keep the club but yeah, so we've been there, and it's actually quite nice.
It is actually.
So you're looking forward to it?
It's great.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'd rather be in the way because I don't want to see.
No.
Think it's the right time to play them?
I
Them
think
coming down from the Premier
it's a good challenge. I think if that being our first game, it's a good opportunity to see what we're like against a big team. Because as much as we joke around and say they're not a big team, they are.
Well, they've got more money than us, haven't they?
Exactly. They've got
But-
more money than Spebble. They've
Yeah.
got much better. Like they do have better quality, but I feel like a little part of me thinks they're going to struggle because
Yeah.
they
I think they might take a while to settle in.
what I think is they're this Premier team and come down. They think it's going to be easy. They're going to think, oh, you know, we'll smash this. We'll go up.
Yeah.
I feel like this is literally a mini Premier.
Excluding
a few
Robbie
teams,
said the other day, didn't
it's a mini Premier.
Mm.
They're all, you know, we're all pretty much, you know, whole league's full of big clubs.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you got, we're massive.
We'll talk about it in a bit, in a minute
Yeah.
or two, about who you think's going to be
Yeah.
at the end of the season. But
yeah, so you know they've signed Movidity. They've got
Yeah.
they've still got Ian Hanshaw.
yeah,
They've got India, I think. Yeah,
Oh.
they've got that.
and they've still got Hardy, haven't they?
Yeah, Callum Doyle, as much as we all think Milan or Sakamoto will find it easy against Callum Doyle. Callum Doyle is still a really good quality player, and
Good,
I feel like
Not
he's
sure, right?
he's
Yeah, I prefer him as central
I
half.
feel like he's a very he can work well in that. Like you can put him anywhere in defence. I feel like he'd do a good job.
Yeah.
So against Milan or Sakamoto, I don't think Sakamoto will be able to turn him as easy as the MK Dons players and the Exeter players. So yeah, playing a big team like that, first game of the season is a good chance to see how good they are against a big team. But then later on, when we play someone like Leeds, I think that's in December. When we play someone like Leeds, you know, when we've had a few months to play, a few months to create a proper bond, a proper chemistry, that's when you know for sure if we can beat Leeds then. And even if we do beat Leicester now, that's even that we could be able to big things this year.
Yeah. Victoria, you're making the short trip down the M69. I'm sure you've been to plenty.
Oh, let's look at King Power though. I don't.
Oh, right. I've been to the Old Fields too.
Yeah.
I have been to King Power,
Yeah.
but it's only on a couple of occasions.
So yeah, so new ground.
Do you think it's the right time to play them?
Yeah, I think
With them coming down, the
yeah,
first game of the season?
I think early on for a team that's come down, they're going to get settled into the championship. I think a lot of teams underestimate how strong the league is when they come down. So
Yeah.
I think it'll take them a few weeks to get settled in. So I think it's a good time to be playing them.
And do you fear any of their players? I mean, I know we all know about Vardy. I'm not sure about the ones they brought in, apart from Doyle.
I mean, quality, haven't they? They've got ex-Premiership players. So it's quality. It's not going to be an easy game. But there's very few easy games, is there, in the Championship? So I think it's the same as most games, and I think we're the team going into it in a better place for me. So I feel that we're stronger.
Yeah.
We finished that season, albeit with a little bit of the very end, but in a much better position than they obviously did.
Yeah.
Better pre-season. We're sort of going in the right direction. So for me, that's all positive.
Yeah. Claudio, you're not going because you give tickets out. But I'm sure you'll be watching on telly.
Super Sunday, yeah. I'll be
yeah.
watching all watching on Sky, yeah.
Do you think it's a right time to play Leicester?
Definitely.
Yeah.
They had a nightmare pre-season.
Yeah.
They brought players in. They've been obviously losing Barnes and Madison's not great for them. They've only just come back from Singapore 2 days ago, so they've got a bit of jet lag there. That didn't go too well. That was obviously something that was honoured because they probably thought they'd be in the Premier League. It was like meant to be a big deal, Triple A. Yeah, I think it's a good time to play that. I mean, because both sides going to be new players, you know, and I suppose it depends on the day which team clicks first. But
yeah, you need a little bit of luck along the way as well, don't you? Sometimes.
I mean, last time I went to King Power, I went to see Man City as well. When I sat with the Man City fans, one of my best mates is a huge Man City fan.
Yeah.
And I went to a League Cup match, and he went to penalties, and Mahrez scored the winning penalty for Man City.
Man City, yeah.
That was a hell of a night. That was quite good fun. And then ended up going to the next game, the next round as well, which was at West Brom, and Man City scored in, I think, 15 seconds.
Really?
It was, and they had Wolves in the next round. I thought, this is great. I'm seeing Man City batter all the teams I don't like. But no, I think we've got to be confident.
He's still Vardy. I mean, he's getting on a bit now, but do you think he's not going to play?
No, I mean, last season I thought it was great at all.
He was in out of the team, wasn't he? Because he had a fallout with Rodgers.
Yeah, I heard that I mentioned that the Saudis were after him or something.
Yeah.
Probably needs to go to pay off his wife's solicitor bills. Just, I don't think we should fear anybody. Finished 5th.
Yeah.
We almost got to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Let's not fear anybody.
No.
I mean, apart from the last, I know they won the Premier League, Leicester, but they are no bigger than Coventry City as a club. It's just the finance thing is different.
Yeah.
But in stature, there's not a lot of difference.
No, I'll agree with you. There's a lot of clubs like that. Yeah.
We've all been to, well, some of us old enough have been to the old Filbert Street.
Plenty of times, yeah.
It's, I think we might shock a few people on Sunday if they get high.
Yeah. Wayne, you've been to Leicester many times, I'm sure.
I have, yeah. I think it's a little bit early for us because our players have still got to gel.
Yeah.
Now I've got the information that Dawn might be playing a right back. I think we might get more of a chance.
Yeah.
I was going to say 2-1, but I'm going to say 3-1 now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on 10 bucks for something, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it's a long season, so one game doesn't mean the
Yeah.
title will lose you.
I think it's a good time. I personally think it's a good time to play on because they've only just come down. They'll be a bit. If you look at in the past, teams that come down struggle for the first few games. Sometimes you get a few strange results, don't you?
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a competitive league, so they won't know what to expect. We're going to be up for it, obviously. I think.
I definitely think we can do it.
Yeah.
I just think it's a bit early for us against teams who are down from Premiership.
Yeah.
But
only time will tell. Martin, you've seen plenty of M69 derbies, I'm sure.
Yeah, I remember the old Filbert Street. It was like the Luton Town grounds where you went in through a terrace house to get into that
Exactly,
stand.
yeah.
But I'm with Claudio on the fact that they've only just come back from Slingers, so I just think that's going to fall into Coventry's hands, that particular thing. I think they've had a toxic dressing room for the last season. That's why they are where they are.
Yeah.
And also, they have won the Premier League. They've also won the FA Cup within the last sort of 7 or 8 years. I think it's just going to come as a bit of a shock, a bit of a slap in the face to everybody connected to Leicester. They find themselves back down in the second tier, and it will take them time to adjust because I think they've just been on that slow decline. And we've mentioned that Coventry clearly they keep getting higher league placings year in, year out. Our trajectory is very much one that's upwards. That's not to say that Leicester can't pull something out the bag on Sunday, but I just think Coventry really shouldn't fear the fact that they're playing a Premier League side, and it's a derby game, and derby games they throw up funny results, and it feels like a derby game because I know Blues have been you know, they're our nearest neighbours, but that never feels like
No.
a derby game. And even West Brom,
And they've lost Tillemans, Madison, and Barnes.
Barnes.
That's a big loss, and they're expecting their new guys to just.
Were you
Yeah.
surprised it went down, Claudia?
Yes, because for some reason Bournemouth managed to get some results. So
Yeah.
there's a couple of others who turned it now, but
Yeah, I thought they were just really powerful.
yeah, and I just think with Rodgers, I think he'd had enough. It looked like he didn't want to be there anymore. It wasn't working. There's obviously stuff was going on in the background.
Yeah.
That happens, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, big side, bigger than Leicester have gone down for.
Oh, definitely.
Look at Newcastle in the past; they've gone down, haven't
Well,
they?
that's out.
In recent years. It's Villa.
Oh, yeah.
It's easily done if
Yeah.
if the dressing room falls apart,
Yeah.
and it could completely unravel.
Because let's face it, on paper, they're a fantastic team. They should never be nowhere near the bottom half of the table, shouldn't they?
They lost Madison for a few games, but for all the, I mean, we like him because of Kovlat and all this.
Yeah.
For all the great finesse, the touches, and the skills, he didn't keep them up. Did
No, he didn't. No.
I mean, Ian Pimlock's put a comment hoping Leicester have a culture shock. No Premier League, Razmataz, no VAR, and more harder tackles in this league. So I think, do you remember when Sunderland came down? We were already in the Championship and Sunderland came down. I think it was Sunderland. No, Stoke.
Right.
Stoke came down and we played Stoke, I think, first game of the season when they dropped into the Championship. And
They were a bit surprised.
and they were really surprised, and we turned Stoke over. They were like shocked because they'd just come down from the Premier League. This sort of reminds me of that sort of feel about Sunday, that they are going to think we're going to walk it, we're going to absolutely just tramps the league, and they're just going to probably go like that and be stuck there for a couple of years,
But we've seen big teams fall from the Premier League. I mean, we know we've had to League Two. You've had Sunderland, the likes of Bolton,
Well,
and
Manchester City went down the same year as us in 2001, didn't they? You remember?
Yeah, that's it.
I look at them now. They've come back up.
Yeah.
So the big teams do go down.
Yeah, definitely.
And we know we can be bottom in October and still get to the playoffs. It's like you said, one game, isn't it?
Yeah. We've got a nice pitch
Let's
now.
not make the season about one game, basically. No doubt Mark will be telling you that.
So before we got to wrap up, I mean, should we go for score predictions?
Yeah, I was just going to go around every. It's going to be
Where we are with score predictions.
First of all, where do you think club will finish this season?
Me,
Yes.
I'm saying second. I've said it about a couple of weeks ago.
You said we're going.
Nah, second.
Second.
I said second. Then
So you don't want to go.
I was only winding you up when the American side.
Mouth drama.
Seriously, right? The show on my wife said, if we get to the playoff, if we end up in the playoffs, I'm going to an island where there's no Wi-Fi, no TV, and I'm not even going to the final. I am not going through that ever again in my life. I did not enjoy the game. I was a wreck. I was an absolute wreck, and I mean I was a wreck. So I think we'll finish this year. I just think that we are that we are one step ahead than everyone else. I really believe it. Yeah.
Okay, Will, where do you think we'll finish?
I think we'll finish second.
Who do you think will win?
Leeds.
Leeds.
I know they haven't made many signings,
You've been second as well.
but they've still got a lot of time.
Yeah.
And they've definitely
Oh, yeah, got the money.
but they've had players out on loan in the Championship last season who may not have played together,
exactly.
but they've got that
They got that
experience.
Cresswell. He's now like back playing. He was at Millwall. Wasn't he?
Yeah.
There's a few others like the guy who was at Sunderland, Gallagher.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's back. So yeah, as much as I've got a friend who supports the Leeds, he said they ain't got strikers. They got Gelbart. And he was good in the Prem, so I can imagine he's going to be good in the Championship. Also, I still think Leeds.
Okay.
Off for a second.
Right, okay, Victoria?
I actually agree with Will entirely. I think he's cut. Last thing is that I didn't play off get on. That before we had this crazy transfer still back there.
Yeah.
I believe that we could do that even season if we didn't go up. We could do it automatically.
Yeah.
No, I believe it even more, and I think it'll be us in these first and second.
Okay, Claudio, where do you think we end up this year?
I'll give you the three who are going to go up.
Go on,
I think us,
Yeah.
Southampton, Leicester.
but you're not prepared to put an order.
No.
Gonna be in the, gonna go.
I think we are. And I also think that 3 Yorkshire clubs are going down.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Rotherham, and
I think either Hull and
Okay. Fine. Okay. Wayne,
I think we'll end up second.
second again.
I think so.
Let's go for 2.
If not, we'll win the playoffs.
Right, so we will go up. That'll do me. Martin,
promoted.
top of the tree.
Just promoted.
Oh, just promoted. Okay, so we'll be in the top 3.
Oh, could finish 6th.
Yeah. Well, okay. But we don't
Exactly.
go through that again. Do we want to go through that again?
No.
I'm not sure. I'd rather finish in the top 2.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it won't be. Yeah,
Because we really got involved in that actually.
we did.
Yeah. Enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I personally think yes, I agree with Martin. I think we will go up. Top 3. I think we'll finish top 3, 4 maybe, but we will go up, and this time, hopefully, automatic. I want to go through the path. Thing. Well, I'll just quickly get a prediction. We'll go this way for Sunday.
Miles will turn 50, and
5-0. You said
yeah, it's the big 5-0.
5-0 Cov. Wayne.
3-1.
3-1 Cov.
2.
Oh, 10 for draw.
Right, go on then. Prediction. So
Where did we get?
sorry about this, guys. We've a few technical issues. A nightmare tonight. Who cares? Victoria.
2-1 to Cov.
2-1 to Cov. Claudia, you said 2-2.
2-2. Well,
1-0.
Ken.
3-2 Cov.
3-2 Cov. And it's Sims. You've done yours. I reckon, like Rich has just said 5-0 because it's my 50. I'm going for 2-0. I'm going for 2-0 because it's Winch's daughter Olivia's birthday as well, and I'm going for 2-0.
Well, there you go.
There we are.
Just remind you of the competition before we go. Just remind you, you can win a City shirt. All you have to do is what we've just done, basically. Predict the score for the game. If there's more than one winner, you know, you vote a hat and we'll pick a winner out. If there's no winner, which would be very rare, if there's no winner, it will roll on to Mark's show on Sunday for the Luton game the following week. So good luck to everybody.
And I was going to say, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say apologies for the problems tonight. We had Wi-Fi issues. We had the laptop run out of battery.
Because the electric wasn't working.
We also had mic issues because of the Wi-Fi. So apologies to anyone watching, but we tried to make it through.
And everyone that has put a scoreline on the chat here, if you can email your scoreline, please, as the ticker's going across the bottom. The competition closes at 11:30 Sunday.
Yes.
Yes.
Plenty of time.
There you go.
Change my mind.
Brilliant. Excellent. So you're going to say goodbye then, everyone?
Okay, that's it. Thank you very much, everybody. Goodbye.